Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I'm bringing you guys this game in the JoinDota League. This is gonna be, wow, hold on, let me do this in a second. Lord, it's gonna be F-Logic versus Dragonus Gaming International. And yes, I'll say it once, and I'll only say it once, so chat, have fun. But it's gonna be F-Logic versus Dragonus, and we'll see how these teams play out. And I think I've seen one game by F-Logic. I think I might have seen one game by Dragonus. I don't remember a game by Dragonus, but I might have seen a gameplay by them. But overall, I'm not sure what to expect. I think F-Logic, they had an unfortunate game when they played, unfortunate series game, so if you guys want to go check those out, go check them out. But I think they had good ideas. It's just that the rotations were a little bit slow. I think that'll be my only critique from the teams, from what I recall. So we'll have to see. How the teams decide to play this game. We'll see how everything turns out. See if CulBlu is right or wrong. But first and foremost, oh man, can I just say that I'm just very appreciative everybody's watching. Thank you guys for watching. It just makes me feel like everything I do is worthwhile, just overall. And the only reason I'm saying is because I upgraded my computer. It was a very stressful weekend. I'll talk about that later if I have time. But for right now, let's go and focus on this game because there's an OD ban out and also a Doombringer ban out. I once heard a little birdie tell me that if you get Doombringer and Lich in a lane, they can just wreck lane because Doombringer has OP regeneration, like 40 HP regeneration when he pops his Scorching Earth. And then you have Lich to drop the Ice Armor and then basically just can't right click him enough to kill him. So you pretty much just flat out won that lane because of Doombringer being so damn tanky and because of Lich giving you that OP Ice Armor that costs 50 mana or something like that. So he's getting banned out in this game, so we're not gonna worry about him. I don't know how powerful Doombringer is in the new patch. I've seen a few games with him played. I don't think he's done super impressively. He kind of shows up at the jungle, like kills person, dooms a guy, and then dies. It's kind of how it goes. But yeah, for the most part, everybody seems to hate Doom, so I see him get banned, first ban, second ban, every once in a while, but we're going to see him get first ban this game by Dragonus, so maybe they have some inside information on what F-Logic like to run. And speaking of what F-Logic like to run, they're going to go ahead and be the dirty Invoker pickers. They're picking that Invoker first because, hey, why not? I'm loving the new Invoker. I guess to you guys it's not that new. To me it's kind of new because I did have a nice little stayover where I didn't play Dota for a while. But I'm loving the new Invoker where you can just basically become the super OP Quas Wex Invoker and just go through and wreck everything. Just be like a super assassin, killing stuff mid-game. Or you can invest in a more slower game and go for the Quas Exort Invoker. You just basically get a hand of Midas, just start killing stuff and be a baller, get that tornado stick and just do things. It's like really cool to see the different stages of Invoker. I'm still waiting to see a Wex Exort Invoker. I think many people just avoid it because it's pretty much trash, but I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen anybody prove it to me that it's trash, so therefore I will continue to cheer for the Wex Exort, but apparently we're not going to see it. Probably not. Probably not, especially when reputations are on the line. And speaking of reputations, we got a Vengeful Spirit getting picked up by Dragonus, and we also got a Nature's Prophet getting picked up. I'm a little bit concerned that we're going to see a carry Vengeful Spirit. I don't know if you guys know my opinion of carry Vengeful Spirit, but I think it's pretty much, like, I haven't seen it work. I've seen it, actually no, let me take it back. I've seen it work once, but the team that played it didn't win because of the VS. They won because of everything else. So, carry Vengeful Spirit, I'm not a fan of it. She needs to get a Dragon Lance if she wants to be a carry, and I don't think that's intuitive, because Dragon Lance gives you like 10 damage, whereas as a carry you want to get the butterflies, you want to get the big old BKBs and the MKBs, and you just have like a cheap old Dragon Lance in your inventory the whole entire game. It's kind of like having a Battle Fury, like a Phantom Assassin. I mean, it's like a useless item at a certain point in the game. Of course, damage-wise, it's always going to help out, but that's not the point. The main point is Vengeful Spirit as a carry. I hope we don't see it. We're probably going to see her play as support. And with Dragonus picking up the Nature's Prophet, they kind of leave themselves open up to like a global let's go all range people or a global strat where they can get a Zeus to augment their Nature's Prophet and go for some easy assassinations. So I'm expecting to see a lot of ganks coming out from Dragonus. But F-Logic, they do pick up the Disruptor in response to the Nature's Prophet. So I like the Disruptor pickup. Basically Nature's Prophet TPs in, try to go for a kill, send them back home, and get wrecked. So hopefully we see some nice plays come out from that. Of course, Disruptor, one of the supports who seems to have the hardest of time staying alive. Like, I think he has a harder time staying alive than Vengeful Spirit, who wants to suicide every time, because he gets focused so damn hard. But all in all, though, Disruptor's going to be a really nice support to have in this game, especially considering the fact that Nature's Prophet can't really be as flexible as he wants to be. F-Logic, on their side, they did ban out the OD, the Slaughter, and the Juggernaut so far. I haven't talked about the Slaughter. It was banned out before the Vengeful Spirit pick, but I'm suspecting maybe they just don't want to have any negative armor strat. Slaughter as a hero by himself, I don't see like the full-on power by him. I mean, I guess his ulti is a little bit stronger than a lot of people want to give him credit for, or at least I want to give him credit for. But for the most part, Slaughter's negative armor propensity is pretty high, so I'll give him that. So at the very least, teams just generally speaking don't want to see the negative armor, and also his AoE stun is really strong, especially if you can just, it's like having an Earthshaker minus like all the fallbacks of an Earthshaker, like, you know, no other way to escape outside of blinking and force staffing. Like he can sprint away, slither away. He might be able to turn to a carry in the next game. So Slaughter, sadly, getting banned out. Juggernaut getting banned out as well. Kind of tells me maybe F-Logic want to go for more of a later game carry. I've seen a lot of games where Gyrocopter and Juggernaut both equally get banned out because they come online a little bit sooner than other carries, like an anti-mage, well, okay, not an anti-mage, but they usually come online a little bit sooner than carries like a Spectre, like a Medusa, big traditional carries like that, and they hit harder overall. So maybe F-Logic are trying to plan on going for something like a PL. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on to Dragonus gaming side, they did ban out the Ember Spirit, they banned out the Earth Spirit, they banned out the Darkseer, they banned everything except for the Storm Spirit, which makes it a little bit sad. But Darkseer being banned out for obvious reasons, really strong in the off lane, and when those team fights break out, like, I don't care how good you are at this game, and if you're playing like a really well-oiled machine 5-man Dota, if you could come with a blink vacuum wall, then you're just pretty much dead. Like it just does so much damage for no reason. So Darkseer being banned out to get rid of all the shenanigans from there. And at Dragonus, they did pick up the Alchemist on the side, so I don't know if this means they're going to be really greedy this game, but with the Prophet and the Alchemist, that means that they can technically farm out the entire map and continue to split push. And Lone Druid was picked up in response by F-Logic, so they have a nice space creator on their side with the Invoker, and they have the Lone Druid to augment that a lot, because basically the longer the game goes, the more in favor of Lone Druid is going to be because of GG Bear, specifically because of GG Bear, which for anybody who doesn't know, GG Bear is Spirit Bear, or Summon Spirit Bear, and Spirit Bear basically has an ability called Demolish, and Demolish basically makes Spirit Bear hit, I think, it increases damage by 50%, oh shoot, okay, hold on, I think it's either 50 or 40%, but mathematically speaking, because I have a little bit of time to talk about it, heroes always hit towers at 50% their damage. So if somebody has, like, you know, 100 flat damage, then they'll hit the tower for 50 every time they right click. People don't know that for some reason, but the armor type on towers is different. They might have adjusted that number a little bit, I think, in the last patch, but for the most part, heroes will hit towers for half their damage. So when Lone Druid gets GG Bear, who's counted as a hero with his right click ability, GG Bear gets like 50% increase, which basically makes the bear hit 75% of his max damage instead of 50%, and that pretty much rips down towers super easy because towers don't have that much HP in the grand scheme of things, which is why abilities like that, and also which is why Tiny with an Ags just wrecks towers, because that increases his damage versus towers by, like, I think either 70 or 100%. No, 125% versus towers, which is why he hits so hard. So basically he hits his normal damage plus 25% versus towers. Anyway, all that aside, because you guys don't care about all that math stuff, Tiny's not in this game. Silly CulBlu. Moving on to the game, we have a Vicious getting picked up an Alchemist. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Dragonus. I think they're going to try to play a protection game with Alchemist, let Alchemist get as much farm as possible, be super uber greedy, and maybe get some Aghanim Scepters to everybody on the map. And they'll have the Vicious, Nature's Prophet, Vengeful Spirit to go and just create space for the Alchemist to farm. There's also room for a Drow Ranger. I do not think Drow Ranger is a good idea in this game, specifically because of the Spirit Breaker that just got picked up. Spirit Breaker will eat Drow Ranger for dinner and lunch and breakfast, and I'm not talking about in the sexy time way. I'm talking about like the I'm a monster, I'm gonna eat your face cannibal way. So it'll be a very violent game for Drow Ranger, so hopefully they don't go for it. But the room is still there, because Vicious has the spirits, they have a lot of right click, they have, or sorry, range right click with the Nature's Prophet, Vengeful Spirit, and also the familiars from Visage. And if you give Drow Ranger in there to get the extra damage, I mean, it'll be pretty darn strong. Although it'll be, relatively speaking, pretty weak unless they can get the snowball rolling. But speaking of snowballs though, Spirit Breaker picked up on F-Logic's side. I think it's going to help them break the map wide open. People like Nature's Prophet, really annoying in the sense that he can just TP into the fights. Spirit Breaker, really annoying for a similar reason. He can technically TP to fights, but just charge it from across the map. So hopefully we'll see some key kills on Nature's Prophet before he TPs out. Hopefully we'll see some key kills on Visage before he can actually use his familiars to body block for him. So F-Logic are kind of set up in a way to where they can go for those good ganks, but they don't have to. So I like the response from them so far, because Nature's Prophet is going to be TPing in to help the team out the fights, and Spirit Breaker, he can just charge in and just make sure that doesn't happen. So hopefully we get some good rotations from F-Logic. And if you guys recall, from what I said earlier, F-Logic, from the games that I remember seeing them play, they played relatively good ideas, but their rotations weren't timed well enough, and I think that's the only reason why they lost their previous games. So if they keep that idea going and just maybe improve on the timings, then hopefully we'll see some really nice, like, you know, counter gank to the counter, or counter gank. Because you have the, like, if Invoker goes on top of Vengeful Spirit, the Nature Prophet can TP in and, like, turn the fight, and then Spirit Breaker can turn the fight, and then Vistas can turn the fight, and then, you know, just turn counterplots upon counterplots. Because when you play the game of throws, you either win or you die. Well, not saying that both teams are here to throw the game, but just so I can go ahead and say it, so shots will be fired before the game starts, then we'll go ahead and do that. And a spin gets picked up, oh my gosh! Oh man, I don't know if we're seeing a carry spin. Oh, no, it's just a, wait, okay. Okay, hold on, let me logic this out real fast. You got a support Vengeful Spirit, a support Visage, a mid Alchemist. That makes Sven a carry. Oh my gosh, guys, we're seeing a carry spin. Heck yeah. So we got a carry spin in this game. I'm excited just for that. So sorry guys, I'm biased. Dragonus, I hope you have the best of games because there's a carry spin. I love carry spin ever since way back, because I was a huge Alliance fanboy, or I guess a huge No Tidehunter fanboy way back in the days, which is actually a long time ago now. Wow, I feel old. But way back in those days when basically I think No Tidehunter, they had a Sven who, like, and their team was getting wrecked pretty hard, but then Sven all of a sudden had a Mask of Madison crit and just like had one big team fight, got a ton of gold and got a BKB and just wrecked the next fight. It was crazy. That was the first time people started seeing, oh my gosh, on the grand scale of things, that oh my gosh, Sven is a super hard carry. Holy crap, let's play him like that. So hopefully we see some Sven logic come out of that. So that way you can have Sven logic versus the F logic. And it looks like F logic are actually thinking pretty hard. They do need a good secondary support. Spirit Breaker is going to be roaming a lot. So, okay, so Spirit Breaker will be the support. I was going to say they needed a good secondary support because Spirit Breaker is going to be roaming a lot, so maybe they'll put him in that role. But they go for the PA as a auxiliary carry, so to speak. And also Phantom Assassin can run the offlane by herself, not very well, but she can throw those daggers and get that last hit, and maybe survive a few ganks. So we'll see. We'll see how well everybody plays this game. I am skewed towards Dragonus in my personal opinion because I love Sven. I love seeing games with Sven because Sven is just the man. He just shows up, pops ult, turns red, and just kills stuff. Like right-click Prophet. And also Nature Prophet is on his team too. So I'm just excited just to watch, see what happens. Like, there's some really cool things that can happen on both sides. But for the most part, F Logic do have the better late game, and Drago they have a better time ramping up to the late game. I will put it that way, because F Logic kind of had that awkward gap where if Spirit Breaker's ganks aren't effective, they're not going to do anything at all. And then if Voker decides to go for Quas X Sword, then you're gonna have somebody who needs a little bit more time to actually come online. So they might invest in the Quas X Invoker. It's gonna be a little hard to tell, but the path to victory, in my honest opinion, though, for F Logic is to go for Quas X Invoker, get some kills on top of Vengeful Spirit and Alchemist, and maybe even stop Sven a few times, and that should help them out overall in their game. But on the side of Drago, I mean, they have a relatively straightforward lineup. Basically, Prophet TPs in to help get kills, Vengeful Spirit dies a few times, Sven gets gold, Alchemist farms mid, question mark, Prophet. So that's kind of how their game's gonna go. So we'll see how well it goes. And also, do keep in mind that we could have a switching roles a little bit. I don't expect it to happen because support Alchemist is not my favorite thing in the world, especially since the Grieval's Greed got the huge buff that it did, and also because its ulti with an Ags is really cool. You can give people Ag Interceptor, which everybody can benefit from Ags in this game on Drago's side. That's really cool. But overall, if they do go for a battle type Alchemist, where basically he focuses on like stat items like a Drone of Endurance, maybe even decides to get himself a Manta Style, or not Manta Style, but Sanj and Yasha to actually get involved in these fights a little bit more, then that'll be really fun to see. But it looks like he's going to be going for the standard I'm hanging out mid and farming bros type build. Alright, so let's make sure my stream's not losing anything. Alright, we're all good. Cool, and blue. That's what I am. So let's go and start off with introductions. Starting off on the side of Drago, we have on this Visage, we have Healthy Gamers playing that Visage. Moving on to Sven. Oh, where's Sven? One of these is Sven. No, there he is. There he is. We see Mojo playing that Sven. On this Alchemist, we see the one and only Anchor playing that Alchemist. And Vengeful Spirit is being carried, or played, controlled by Meow Meow. Meow Meow. 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 Moo. Get out! And we see Sleep playing a Nature's Prophet. So moving to the other side of F Logic, on his lone Druid, we see DVG playing that Druid all alone. Very sad. I know. We see Elfin playing Disruptor. We got Phantom Assassin being controlled by... That's not Phantom Assassin. There she is. Phantom Assassin being controlled by Tizwo, who I think plays off lane. I don't remember the lineups from last time I casted the game. I should know that by now. But we see Milo playing that Invoker, and Spiritbreaker is being handled by the one and only Shivaya. We shall call you Chiva. And yes, shout out to his boy HFN, the RTC, the RTC of Brazil. Oh, okay. Alright, so fun things are going to happen here very soon, but we got a smoke already used up on the side of F Logic, so I think he's trying to rush into the lane, maybe catch himself off a pickoff kill. I don't think he'll be able to catch anything though. Everybody's relatively safe on the side of Drago, hanging out together. They're going to try to make sure they can secure one of the runes for Alchemist, if not both, but I seriously think they'll have a very hard time trying to get both. Alternatively, don't forget that Lone Druid and crew can technically go for Roche. I hope they don't. I don't know if it's a good idea. Because this team on the side of Drago, they'll probably rotate over this check. It looks like, yeah, Invoker, not Invoker. Lone Druid does have the Iron Talon on his bear, so he's going to be hanging out in the lane. Which is actually really cool. I never considered that. So Iron Talon, it takes away, what, 40% of the max or 40% of the current? Okay. 40% of the current HP, so it technically can't kill unless... Well, it'll take forever to kill. But anyway, long story short, Lone Druid's bear can actually farm by itself, kind of, because it can use items and like Iron Talon, a creep, and then, you know, Lone Druid can show up and finish it off. That'd be cool. But yeah, lineup-wise, like I said, I've already talked as much as I could about the lineups. I'm excited to see the Sven being played on Drago's side. As far as when everybody would come online, I guess is an important thing to go ahead and point out. Yeah, I think Visage does rotate a lot when he is playing support, so we'll probably see him rotate a lot maybe towards that top lane to help with the kills for Nature's Prophet, but I don't expect much to come out of that one. And on the side of F Logic side, you don't really have any roaming supports. Oh, okay, well, whoa, my bad. Spiritbreaker, I'm sorry. Spiritbreaker is technically a roaming support. But that Disruptor is probably going to be staying nice and planted in the lane, ain't going to have nothing to do with anything else except for protecting that Phantom Assassin. That Phantom Assassin. That ass. Oh, they're going for it. Okay. Alright, so they're going for Roche? I mean, they're prepared for it. No, okay, no, they're not. Oh, makes me sad.
30 seconds.
Yeah, they're just going to scout the rune. Maybe they can get a kill off the top of that. They see this Finn actually running around the corner. Just punch him Treant. Treant dies. So they're pinging. I don't know if you can see. Let's see what their vision looks like. Nah, they can't see that. But they're just going to make sure that Alchemist does not get both of those bounty runes, because that will be a ton of gold going his way. Looks like the Dire Squad are going to continue to wait. We'll see how patient they are. We'll see if they wait the whole time or they'll just wait for a few moments. It's like Phantom Assassin already going to walk away. They're pinging it. Invoker picking up that second one. Alright, and no shenanigans going on here. Just some standard start in Dota, guys and girls and gals and peoples. They're both circling on all sides. Okay, pretty cool. Anyhow, so Alchemist hanging on mid. He has a Quelling Blade. He also has a Stout Shield, so he's probably going to be going for a bottle relatively fast. That'll help him a lot as far as making sure that he can zone out the Invoker and make sure his Acid Spray can help him get last hits. And maybe even get a kill on top of the Invoker. Just one rotation coming in from the Visage will help him out. Invoker doesn't really have that many escapes until he hits like level 3, level 4. When he finally has that Invis. Moving to the top lane, Nature's Prophet, just hanging out. Treants, pulling some creeps. Pretty nice, so he should be getting some guaranteed farm here. He's going to go ahead and let the tower help him munch on those creeps. And this is pretty good. I mean, Nature's Prophet really just wants to get as many creeps as possible so he can get as much gold as possible. And he's probably going to send his treants up here to steal the aggro. Looks like they will... Nope, they won't. They're just going to go kill a creep. Right. Maul him, boys! Get him! Good job! We did it, Reddit! Too soon? Sorry. Anyway, Spiritbreaker's in the jungle. He's going to be farming up, so Chiva will find a little bit of farm down there. And bottom lane, there is a tri-lane of some sorts with the Visage and the Vengeful Spirit and the Sven. So we see just some rotation, or sorry, just some pulls coming out from the support Vengeful Spirit. So she's trying to get her levels. Visage is going to be playing the lane person So he knows that it's more important for VS to get her level 6. The faster she can get level 6, the more aggressive they can be overall. And Sven gonna have a relatively calm time down here. Spirit Bear gonna try to pull some creeps. That's really about it. Maybe still a rune or two. But he's already taken a ton of damage already, so he needs to be very careful with that bear. I guess you could say he might barely lose it. Sorry, you guys can't see my face right now. I made the pun dog face. That was just pretty awesome. So moving back mid, Invoker versus Alchemist. Seeing more or less what we expect. Alchemist zoning out the Invoker. Don't forget, Invoker can technically turn the fight. Alchemist is relatively squishy, less squishy than you think. And oh, the bear gets assassinated. 300 gold. Wow. 300 gold immediately going towards that Invincible Spirit. That should be some brand new pair of boots or like, I don't know, a flying courier or something. Luxury items at this point for Invincible Spirit. Holy crap. She's sitting on cloud 9 right now. And I'm not talking about the team. Bear Lone Druid wasn't able to do the resummon. If I'm not mistaken, you cannot resummon if your bear is taking damage. So that's why that happened. Meanwhile, mid, we got Spiritbreaker charging in. Invoker's ready, and Alchemist needs to back on up. Looks like he will. Spiritbreaker might need to cancel his charge. It's going to be a little bit too far. He was charging in Darkness, which is actually really, really thematic with his ability, because it's called Charge of Darkness. Technically, he was charging in Invisibility, but it's close enough, I guess. But he can actually charge up top and try to go for a kill on top of Prophet, who's actually playing extremely safe. Not really wanting to go too far. It looks like he will finally be getting caught up with the Stifling Dagger. Here comes the follow-up damage. Will we see TP supports coming? It looks like the answer is no. Drago going to go and sack the Prophet, and Prophet will be going down. Drops the tree in so he can farm up a little bit. Runs the tree into away, so he has something to lane to farm up. I mean, he can still get last hits. Looks like he's pinging. Okay. Phantom Assassin eats a tree. And now, they're going for it. The treants. Okay, yeah, that was a bad idea. All right, yeah, it's gonna back away. Hashtag overhype. But anyway, the treants will be here to help Nash's Prophet get some last hits while he's dead. So at the very least, he can still farm, and he can actually TP back in whenever he wants. Meanwhile, Spiritbreaker charging mid on that Alchemist. That Alchemist. And now Invoker's going to go and drop the Cold Snap, dropping the Alchemy for extra damage, and Alchemist walking right into the Charge of Darkness. He will be going down. Sunstrike actually going to miss because of the bash, but who really cares? Spiritbreaker does get the kill. So the strategy so far from F-Logic actually working out okay. I mean, they got the kill on top of Nature's Prophet up top. We kind of expect that. I don't expect Nature's Prophet to be making grand escapes. And actually, ooh, speaking of grand escapes, he might be making the worst of escapes. Trying to run away. He saw the Spiritbreaker charging in, popping the healing salve as hard as he possibly can. And it looks like Spiritbreaker will be forced to back away. And now Visage shows up on top too. They're trying to go for a kill on top of Spirit. Unfortunately, Sprout is not available for the Prophet, and yeah, Spiritbreaker doesn't have any mana, so he can't charge anyway. A series of awkward events. Not necessarily unfortunate, just very awkward. So taking a look at the too many buttons. Taking a look at the safe lane farm. The Sven is actually doing fantastic versus the Phantom Assassin, which is actually quite surprising. Considering that, oh, actually no, not that surprising. Right, I forgot about the treants. Phantom Assassin having a little bit of a hard time trying to get right clicks because all these treants just surrounding her all over the place. She can at least get some last hits from them, I guess. But the Phantom Assassin not having the easiest of times. Spiritbreaker, he has been rotating a lot, so his team is technically winning on the front of we have more gold overall. Actually, they're not even winning that front. Yeah, that's 1k gold going in favor of Drago. And that's really bad considering that Alchemist has died a whole entire one time, and you also have Prophet who died one time. So I guess the team is not doing as bad as I thought they would. The ganks from F-Logic need to be a little bit harder, or maybe they need to get a little bit more farm, a little bit more space creation, so to speak, for the Phantom Assassin. And unfortunately, Disruptor just ain't gonna do much yet. Speaking of doing much, treants around the backside, and hey, look, the creeps, get them! And we're off to the races. Yep. Oh, the jukes. Oh, the jukes. All the creeps. Oh man, the most exciting thing in Dota right now. Heck yeah. I mean, pings do come mid. Spiritbreaker is charging on top of the Alch. I don't know if they want to bait this out, but Visage is at the ready to help out. Looks like they do cancel the charge, saying he got a little bit too far away. I don't think he has any vision in the backside, but probably that gamer sense was tingling right there. Speaking of things tingling, Invincible Spirit level 3 already. Visage is only sitting at level 4, so he's doing pretty well for himself. VS will have level 4, probably level 6 by maybe 10 minutes in. I think things are about to start getting really dicey here soon, once we see more rotations come through. And actually, oh, she goes for the stun. Ah, she's unable to stop the bear from getting the bounty rune. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, mid, we got a gank combo on top of Alchemist. He throws a stun on top of Spirit because, hey, bro, come at me. And Spiritbreaker will be running towards the Alchemist, who has ulti available. Looks like they're not going to go for anything. Oh, there goes the Sprout. Spiritbreaker going to be forced to charge. I don't think he has a target to actually charge. He will just going to take some right clicks and back away. Fairy Fire at the ready. And we got 3 people hanging on mid for the Radiant right now. Visage is ready to go for something. Smoke of Deceit is up. He says, bro, I'm doing this. The wings are up. Let's go. Let's go. But they're going to be relatively patient. Yeah, Vis is coming down the backside. Here's Alchemist dropping the ult. Gonna go ahead and get some damage. Spirit Breaker a little bit too low to charge in. Yeah, I would say at this point he's too low to charge in. I mean, he'll charge in and die immediately. Disruptor around the corner, only level 3, unfortunately. And Nature's Prophet pulling the creep wave. This guy, Nature's Prophet, doing a fantastic job pulling the creep wave from the middle lane, so that way his creeps can continue to punch the tower. And I don't know if people know how much damage creeps actually do to towers. If you can just get the creeps to focus the tower and, you know, creep aggro going completely towards that tower, basically it takes, I think, 2 creep waves or 3 creep waves to kill a tower, and that's just flat out creeps, only creeps hitting thing. Anyway, speaking of only creeps hitting thing, Spin dropping the stun, beautiful stun, catches a Spirit Breaker, Sunstrike from Invoker misses, and here's a rotation. Lone Druid gonna be the first one to fall. Nice little stun coming out on top of the Spirit Breaker, but he will be sitting there forced to stand and fight, and he does not stand or deliver. Instead, he just dies. They will be going for a tower though. So second tower going for Drago. The push is happening. Liquid are doing it. It looks like they're going to be able to get themselves the next tower. So 2 towers going the way of Drago. So F Logic had a few ganks going the way, but Drago still holding on to that gold graph. And that greedy Alk already has himself a whole entire power treads, and I think he's working on. Is that a Sanjay Yasha, right? Is that a Basher? What? But no, this is Sanjay Yasha, so he's working for that Sanj first. Just a little bit more HP for those ganks. And so far the Spirit Breaker is not as effective as you want it to be. I think that's more or less a result of just the rotations not... I mean, Spirit Breaker charges into very dangerous situations, so Disruptor can't really follow him in, so to speak. And next to Spirit Breaker's charging a target, they're charging the Prophet up top. So across the map charge, Phantom Assassin gonna go ahead and drop a right click, and here's Spirit. Oh no, here comes Invoker around the corner. They're gonna drop the Sunstrike. They're dropping the stuns. Nice blink in from the Phantom Assassin. We'll be able to get the kill. So nice heads up play coming for Spirit Breaker, trying to give him the vision, and he'll head on top. Excuse me, helping the team get the tower.
Top tower is under attack.
And we see a few abilities getting used. I mean, two stifling daggers. Wow, 2 stifling daggers coming off from the Phantom Assassin, and just some right clicks overall. And Prophet, didn't really have much of a chance. But the kill count is even, but the tower count is not. We see a rotation coming in here very soon. But Drago only have about a 2k gold advantage. So because the kill count is tied, and if you want to balance out the towers, that's 2,000 gold going both ways. We see. Oh, speaking of things going both ways, we got a team fight about to happen here very second. Man, wow, Invoker getting wrecked pretty hard. Nice little sprout coming up from them. And now here comes the ulti coming up for Spin. He wants to go for more. They do get the stun on top of the Phantom Assassin. She will be going down, and this should be converted into another tower. Their whole entire team is basically up here, so might as well go for the tower. Still pinging, saying, hey, somebody's up here. Hey, guys. But I think this should be a tower push at the bottom for F Logic, because that's really all they can do. And pretty much all their tier 1s are gone at this point. And this is relatively fast to have all your tier 1s down. Space creation for Phantom Assassin to farm, not really doing it this way. And this Invoker is in fact going for a Quas Exort, so kind of what I said before, he's going to be forced to get a Hand of Midas, and he's going to take a while to come online. Quas Wax Exort, in hindsight, would have been cooler, in my honest opinion, because Quas Wax Exort is best Wax Exort. But Quas Wax Exort is really cool because he can just run around and go for assassinations early on, and I think it's really helpful for his team. But right now, we see everybody just kind of getting picked off. Phantom Assassin going to be the first one to fall, and Nature's Prophet actually TP on top to help out, so the whole entire team is available, and they will go ahead and push this top lane. It's going to be a tier 2 tower about to be going down. Invoker still trying to get some more farm. Sven has a Blink Dagger already, so things just got that much more dangerous. In hindsight, if F Logic can hold off the continuous push coming from Drago, then they'll be fine. But that's way easier said than done. We have an Alchemist who has a Sanj, almost a Sanjay Yasha fully finished up. A Sven who has a Morbid Mask plus a Blink Dagger coming his way. And you also have a Visage with a, oh man, Medallion of Courage. So that could be Roche here soon. Ooh, that's gonna be dangerous. Oh man. Yep, VS is working on the mechanism, so Guardian Greaves will be her final item. And take a look at the rest of the items on the map. Hand of Midas was picked up by the Invoker, which is what we pointed out before. So it's gonna take him a while to come online. Phantom Assassin has her power treads working towards a Battle Fury. Not the best of items to have, but really nice for her to have. It does help her splash that damage on top of everybody. But her survivability rate is pretty damn low right now, so needs to be a little bit careful about that. Try to get some more farm. Alright, so like I said, a lot of space getting created for Drago. Their net worth is probably sitting pretty high right now. Alchemist at the, wow, okay. It's pretty pretty big disparity between the Alchemist and Phantom Assassin, which I guess technically Phantom Assassin played safely and carried versus Finn, so we should be comparing those two. But if we compare the 2 mids, Invoker versus Alchemist, I mean, Invoker's getting racked pretty hard, and this is, I guess, to be expected somewhat with the Alchemist having the Grievous Greed. But if you just say take away 1,500 gold from Alchemist, he's still ahead of the Invoker right now. So, quite sizable lead for the Invoker. Oh, sorry, for the Alchemist. And Invoker not having the best of times right now. And that's another 2k gold going this way. Speaking of things going their way, we've got Nature Prophet getting caught in the middle. Nice gank coming out from F Logic. They did commit a lot of resources to this, so they do need to turn transitions to a push, otherwise it's going to be a relatively small waste of time. Not a huge waste of time, but a small waste of time. Top tower going to get beat down, but they are pinging down bottom, so Drago, focusing on objectives, going to go ahead and say, hey, you get a tower, we get a tower, okay. We'll happily trade a tier 1 for a tier 2. The damage is there. Sven has ulti available. I think he needs to go ahead and pop it. Nope, just going to go for right clicks. No Fortify. Fortify is available. Nobody's going to defend. There's a Fortify. And they're going to continue the push. We got a TP coming in from the Phantom Assassin. She can't really do much by herself. I think Spearbreaker might be charging here very soon. We don't know. So Prophet TPers on the backside. Tower does go down. Meanwhile, as the base race happened on both sides, kind of. They are trying to go for some towers. Lone Druid does have the better push. Demolish is available on the bear, which gives him 40% extra damage versus buildings. Is that bonus damage? Or is it just like... What? Yeah, it's bonus damage. Okay, cool. So it's pretty much 100%. Anyway, Sven comes in. He drops a nice little stun. Beautiful blink. And he gets a glimpse right on back. Unfortunately, Lone Druid loses his life before it happens. And that's kind of unfortunate. Lone Druid died before it. I mean, really good heads-up play. Coming up from the Sven, just to blink in there, go for it anyway. Knows he's going to get glimpsed back. Knows he's relatively safe. And that Spearbreaker and crew are not going to charge. So, nice play from him. Able to pick himself off with Lone Druid all by himself. Doing a whole entire 1k damage in, what was it, 2-3 right clicks? Stormhammer did, really? Wow, Stormhammer did most of that damage. Anyway, his ulti helped out a lot with that damage too. So Phantom Assassin still building that battle fairy. Hashtag road to BF, best friends. They do see a Rose fight happening, so I think Spearbreaker is charging down bottom. I don't know who he's charging or what he's charging, but looks like he sees it. Nope. Oh, sorry, that's Invoker. It's Invoker's Illusions, or sorry, Invoker's Forge Spear is going to scout the Roche, but Roche is already down right now. Sunstrike from Invoker, a little bit too late. Almost actually got it. That would have been pretty cool if he did. And we got a Vladimir's offering fully finished off from Prophet, so he is going full push. He is invested in this. He's in it to win it. Treants for the win! Meanwhile, Spearbreaker charging top because creeps need farm. Yo dog, heard you like farm. And Lone Druid doesn't really have much. I mean, I think he's still working towards the Hand of Midas. And given the fact that you have an Invoker with the Hand of Midas and a Lone Druid with the Hand of Midas, this just became a super greedy lineup versus a faster greedy lineup. All things considered, if Alchemist wasn't in the game, I guess they can do with this. Because it wouldn't be as much gold going towards Drago's way, but Alchemist is in this game, and Alchemist has more net worth than your supports combined, so that's including Lone Druid, he's not a support, but I mean, come on guys, look at that gold. Lone Druid really falling behind on the gold, and to be fair, some of his items are on the bear, and I think the way the math works, it doesn't count the bear items. I hope it does. I know for Meepo, I used to split it between 5 people, and that was really weird, or 4 people, it was really weird. But I need to update, see if Lone Druid's bear does count for gold. For Lone Druid's total net worth, or if he's just counting Lone Druid's items, because otherwise, I mean, he's basically a support, which is not true. We know he has more farm than that. Well, at least we hope. I mean, he has, what, 1,600 gold, so that's a Hand of Midas fully finished up if he wants it. And Drago, I don't really know what they're going to do with this Aegis. I mean, they had the Aegis on, I think, the Sven, so Sven can actually blink in and go for some man fights. So maybe they can try to break some high ground. The faster they can break high ground, the better off they'll be. Because once you hit a certain stage in the game, once Lone Druid actually has farm, then it becomes really hard to actually stop the bear. It becomes unbearable, so to speak. I keep forgetting you guys can't see my face. My bad. Sorry. I did the smile thing. The corny joke dog. Okay. Alright. Just as long as we all understand, just as long as we're on the same page, that I made a joke and I recognize and I acknowledge that I made a bad joke, we're okay. CulBlu is justified, and he feels okay about this. Anywho, the game continues along. Visage probably working towards an Aghanim Scepter. Don't really know. Oh, nope. Working towards some Cinch rewards. Heck yeah. But I would expect Visage's big item to be Aghanim Scepter. Sven, he's not going for Sanjiasha. I've seen a lot of Svins go for Sanji Yashas over Mask of Madnesses, but looks like he's preferring to go for the Helmet of Dominators. Sanji Yasha will be a nice item for him to have overall. One, he gets the Greater Maim, which helps him chase people, because he gets kited to hell. He can also have the extra attack speed, and he can also benefit a lot from the extra movement speed. So Sanji Yasha, really good item for him to have overall. Can also just go straight into a BKB just to make it a little bit harder for Invoker to actually control him in these fights. Now speaking of Invoker, he managed to farm himself up a whole entire Blink Dagger, heck yeah, and Phantom Assassin is almost online with that Battle Fury. Don't count him out yet, boys. They're coming in online slowly but surely. Joan of Endurance come up from Prophet, and we'll see if this is effective. Vladimir's offering Joan of Endurance, relatively cool, and they got TP coming from Prophet. He's gonna go ahead and help them push mid. This will be the last tier 2 tower for F Logic. We'll see if they can get a big team fight. Spearbreaker and crew are all in the wrong direction right now. Spearbreaker actually TP mid, and so can Phantom Assassin. I think they already scouted him out. TP does come down bottom from the Lone Druid. He wants to go ahead and defend the bottom tower. It looks like they're sacking their tier 2. Yeah, they're gonna go and sack their tier 2. The gold advantage shown is way in favor of Drago right now. They do have a ton of towers, granted. And as I always like to do before this team fight breaks out, let's go ahead and balance out the gold. They have what, 5, 6, 7? Really? 7 tower? No, 5 tower. 5 tower advantage, so you drop that gold graph by 5,000, they're basically a 3k gold advantage, but still pretty good advantage. And now we got Disruptor actually going to be the one to go down. Really need his ulti in this fight. He looks like he doesn't have buyback right now. They do get a nice little stunt up Invoker, who tries to dodge it a little bit, but hey, can't do that anymore. And now the whole entire creeps. Oh, beautiful, beautiful roar coming up from Lone Druid with the bear. Now Spearbreaker jumps in the middle of it, trying to get a stun, but can't find Jack Squad. Invoker with the Deathling Blast, a little bit off time, but hey, who really cares? Damage is getting done. Sven is about to be going down, but he has Aegis, so he really doesn't care. Lone Druid resummoning the bear, going to be getting killed here, so it's going to be a waste of resummon, unfortunately. And looks like Drago basically felt nothing from that. Mechanism is available in Invincible Spirit, so they did get healed up. And now Invoker getting hit with the stun. Mojo backing away as slow as he possibly can, because why not? And the first set of Raxes have been claimed. Drago do have the advantage. They're going to go ahead and rotate down bottom. Keep on the push, why not? Finn's almost dead. Aegis is going to run out, what, 3 minutes? 2 minutes? Aegis timer says. Has about a minute? 2 minutes. Top tower goes down to creeps, because creeps OP. And looks like the whole entire crew from F Logic are going to try to reconvene for another team fight. Lone Druid unfortunately doesn't have another bear. And oh no! Okay, Sven's Aegis actually got reclaimed. That's unfortunate. I thought he had more time. Not like this. That's what they say. Yeah, I read that timer wrong. I thought it was on the other side. It's actually on this side. Lols. Things you learn. The more you know. Actually, I hear Spearbreaker charging. I don't know where. They're pinging something. They see the Sven. I know, Spearbreaker, where are you at? His charge is on cooldown for 4 seconds. They're going to go for him. Sven will be a nice person to pick off. He is working towards look to be MKB. Or maybe even a... No, crit. He's working towards crit. And there goes the damage on top of Sven, so Sven can't blink away. They're going for it. They're beautiful pick off for these guys. Mojo will be going down, unfortunately. A lot of gold going towards the Invoker. So 500 gold going his way. Going to be helping him get towards his bigger items. I don't know what his bigger item's going to be. I don't know. Does Quas Exort Invoker go for Octarine Core? Questions you ask yourself every day. Tornado Stick will be a nice item for him to get overall. Just help him out as far as doing damage to a single target. But that is very single target focused. It looks like he's going for the Boots of Travel instead to make sure he doesn't get split pushed to death. I think it's a wise choice. Phantom Assassin Battle Fury is officially online, so she can start her farming / killing spree. We'll see if she's able to get herself some nice lucky crits and maybe wreck Alchemist before he can heal up. And speaking of Alchemist, oh my gosh, jeez, he's sitting like a baller right now. Has himself almost a full butterfly finished up. Just about 30 gold away from that. He'll have it soon. And now the rest of the items on the map are showing us that we have the Guardian Greaves finished up on Invincible Spirit. Nature's Prophet is working towards the Aghanim Scepter. So it looks like Drago are committing pretty hard to the push game. They did claim themselves 1 set of Raxes, which is very important. I've seen a lot of teams have a really strong early game where they will push a lot. And then all of a sudden, they just stop pushing, give the room to or give the room to the enemy team to just farm up a little bit near their Raxes or near their tier 3s. And they got just as much farm as the other team got, because the other team was trying to go for ganks, couldn't get it. So, a few dodges here, a few dodges there, maybe a turnaround kill there. And it just turned into an overall bad idea in the sense that, speaking of bad ideas, Invoker, not Invoker, never mind, Nature's Prophet. I was going to say, Invoker and Spearbreaker might be able to go for the kill on top of this Nature's Prophet. Looks like Nature's Prophet is going to be backing away. They do ping it. I don't know why they're not going for it. Nope, they don't want to go for it. See rotations, all the whole rotations come on top. DVG, you might want to TP out, bro. He has no TP scroll available. Spirit Bear's gonna go scout out, and Lone Druid is working towards. Oh, this is gonna be horrible. He's gonna be going down, taking all the damage in the world. He officially dies. And I think he missed microed. I think he uses Roar on his bear instead of himself. But even then, I don't think it would have mattered because there's only what 1.2 seconds. 1.2 seconds? Yeah, 1.2 seconds right now. So Spirit Breaker doing the best thing that he can do. Just going to go ahead and just take all the creeps and just punch him a few times. Because why not? But their tier 3 tower will be taking a ton of damage. Second set of Raxes might be going down here very soon. Disruptor really needs to drop his ulti, but they call the GG. So F-Logic are going to go and tap out. See, there's not really much that they can do. And Disruptor, celebratory ulti? Yes? No? There it is! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ancient blows up. Alright, so a relatively straightforward game. Like I said, Drago have a more linear build up to their whole entire strategy, whereas F-Logic, I mean, F-Logic just kind of want to have the room to farm, and they just were not given that room. They got choked out by Drago. So very nice play coming from Drago, just being really aggressive on the push, recognizing that F-Logic had a relatively speaking greedy lineup. Like I said, I was kind of hoping Invoker went Quas Wex, but can't have all my wishes as a caster, right? So anyway, speaking of wishes as a caster, if you guys want to check out more of my stuff, feel free to go check me out on YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBlu Dota. That's CulBluDota. That's where I'm posting all my VODs. Whoa, words are hard. Posting all my VODs there, so go ahead and check them out and have fun. You can also check me out live whenever I live stream, which is twitch.tv/CulBlu. That's CulBlu. And that's really it. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you guys whenever.